What the fuck is up, everybody? Welcome back to the FW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal album review in the Metroplex. Happy Monday, happy rainy day, fuck the rain, fuck people driving right now. It's time to review some fucking black metal. We're winding down this year of 2018 releases. I know I keep saying it, we're almost done, I promise. I was trying to think if there was any splits that were released last year in the Metroplex, and really I can only think of one, and it's one where poor Buddy had to do double time, man. But I'm sure he fucking loved it. I'm going to do this said split, in two separate videos. So one side of the split is going to be this episode, and the other side of the split is going to be the other episode, since there's two bands, obviously. I want to give them both their own video. They deserve it. And so first off in this half we're going to do, or you should already know the fucking half. The half is fucking Wyrm Chasm and Psychiatric Regurgitation's The Purge of Shrouded Martydom. And this episode is going to be fucking Wyrm Chasm. And what's to say about Wyrm Chasm? I mean, personally for me, I wasn't in the black metal before I came into the local scene. Thankfully, Nathan saved the day and introduced me to the local scene, and the first show that he took me to was a show where Wyrm Chasm played, and I really fucking enjoyed it. And so Wyrm Chasm for me essentially was like the band that kind of got me into black metal. So fucking mad props to Steven Jeter and Eric and Buddy and Patrick. They're fucking great dudes. They really are. And they make great fucking music. Their EP in 2015 ripped. I remember getting that the second time or the first time I saw them. I don't remember. But I did pick it up. I did enjoy it a lot. And, it's been about 3 years since they released something then. And then in 2018, they did the split with Psychiatric Regurgitation. After, Slamden left the scene and moved out, Buddy came in and did the drums. And, man, what a great move for the guys in Wyrm Chasm. Buddy is a really good drummer. And, really, really good way. It's hard to replace someone like Brandon, but you can definitely do it with someone like Buddy. So this split, I believe it's just 4 songs. I could be wrong, because I haven't fully looked at it all yet. But Wyrm Chasm has 2 songs on this bad motherfucker. And the first song is called Diadem. I'm probably saying that wrong. The cool thing about black metal is, there's all these different, fucking weird words they use from obscure languages that they throw in there. And sometimes just a fucking nightmare to pronounce. I think I got that one right. The thing I like about Wyrm Chasm, and the thing that you're going to notice on this side of the split, is that they take a more aggressive attitude towards black metal. It's probably the most brutal you can get while staying really atmospheric. I wouldn't say that they're, I don't know, if I had to put them on the spectrum, I would, of intensity versus atmosphere, this side being fucking brutality and this side being atmosphere. Marduk for me is probably the most brutal black metal band. So I would say Wyrm Chasm is right here. Right before it just all atmosphere goes out the window. And they're also really technical too. Diadem is definitely a song that shows off the aggressive riffing they have, but still maintains to the slow and steady, constant atmospheric, aura that's being pushed through this song. And I mean, it's a very bare bones song. There's no bullshit. It's just A, B, C, D, and it's done. It's probably just A, B. And there's nothing wrong with that for me personally. If it sounds good, it sounds good. And I really think the riff that they put into this song is absolutely ridiculous. And Buddy's drumming is in full effect on this, and Eric's guitar playing as well. And Patrick's as well. You can definitely tell that they both mixed it up really, really, really well. And Steven Jeter's vocals are vocals that I'm a really big fan of. And the reason why I'm a really big fan of is that I know this is going to sound weird, but I kind of feel like Steven has more of a I'm trying to think of the proper words. He has more range when it comes to his vocals in black metal, which you really don't see a whole lot of range, but you can definitely tell if you actually sit down and you pay attention to his screaming techniques and how he does his growls and gutturals. There's a lot of different ways that he's attacking it, and he didn't do that as much in the EP, I feel, but he definitely did it a lot in this split, and just in 2 songs too. It's ridiculous. I actually had to cut this previously out because the next song I called Wrath and Fire because I didn't read ire, I read fire because I'm an idiot. I'm like, oh, cool. That's like not a black metal name, but then when you drop the F and you capitalize the I, yep, that's definitely a black metal name. Wrath and Ire is definitely my favorite of the 2 songs on here. It's longer. It's just a longer version of Diadem in a way, except it does more with different styles of riffs and different tones as well. This song is a little bit more atmospheric, but still just as brutal as Diadem was. And overall, you can tell that these are the songs that they've been playing for a while. So actually finally having them on a recording is great. And with just 2 songs that they released this year, it makes you want more. It really does. I'm super happy they did the split with Psychiatric Regurgitation because those 2 bands are like this. I mean, Dylan has played numerous times with Wyrm Chasm and even went on tour with them in Europe. And they share Buddy. So, this is a band that really, really, really knows their strut. Great job, guys. Let's get something rolling in 2019, a full-length EP, because you definitely need to hear more from y'all. This has been DFW Metal Mayhem, the most brutal album review in the Metroplex.